Mike with Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing Radiant by Total Control Cornhole. Let's go and dive in, break these bags down. As always, start with materials. Slowside, this is a hybrid material. It's starting to become a more popular material. It's one of my favorite hybrid materials when I want to run bags in the hole. It's the same Slowside you find on the True Cornhole Conspiracy, the Big Mac Bags, whatever, the Kevlar Crosshair, the Fly, Surge X, the All Cornhole Shag Attack. There's some other bags that use this as well. It's a 6-speed. It's faster than it's one of the faster hybrid materials out there. Brand new, it's like a 6.5, 7-speed. Once you break it in, it kind of softens up, it fuzzes up a little bit, gets down to I think about a 6, maybe 6.5 speed. Very hole friendly. It still has some control to it. You can throw blockers if you need to. It's wonderful for running bags in the hole. It's also a great material for dealing with humidity, or you get an area where you get boards, they start to stick up and slow down. This material plays pretty consistent across all its board conditions, so it handles the humidity well. It handles those slow, sticky boards that still slides up and drips in the hole. So 6-speed on the slow side here for these Radiants. Fast side, this is that Pro Sniper Viper Fast side, 9-speed. It's fast. It's great for pushing those blockers all the way up into the hole. Great for bullying bags out of the way. It's great for dealing with congestion around the hole, kind of blowing up piles. So looking about a 6, 9 speed for these Radiants. Template-wise, it's a medium template bag, but it's starting to border on the larger side of medium, and it feels like a larger template. It feels larger than what it is because the amount of fill in there, it's on the thinner side for fill, so this bag does have a decent amount of flop to it, right? It's kind of on that looser, sloppy side. It's a bag that you can just fold in half, taco right up. So it's definitely on the looser side. When I grip the bag down my butterfly grip, I can't really lock it down completely. It has a lot of movement, a lot of slop to it. There's some of you who won't like that. I get people all the time that mess with it that just don't like the way a loose bag feels in your hand. I get that. Maybe not the best option for you, but what you gain with that looseness, what you gain with that flop is just an unbelievable amount of forgiveness in this bag. One, on the landing. So if you don't throw flat, this bag has no kick to it whatsoever. If it just lands and it just kind of flattens out and slides over the board. There's really no kick, no movement whatsoever to it. It's also extremely forgiving around the hole. Watch when I'm throwing these bags here, and watch as the bags go in the hole. And you notice not every bag's going to the middle. Some are going off to the left, some are going off to the right, and yet every time it's grabbing the hole and pulling back in. And that's what you get, the looser, floppier bag, is that corner just dips in. And you don't need a lot of the corner. A little bit of corner dip in. It hooks the lip of that hole and pulls the bag and drips the bag right back in. And because you have two very hole-friendly materials, the fill in here is a mixed fill. Got a decent amount of round beads in here, which gives you even more hole friendliness. So when that foot just dips in, or that corner of that bag just dips in and hooks the lip of the hole, and then it just starts to melt in and drips in, and you just see a ton of bags here that are going in the hole. And so for me, when I get a bag like this and it's got some looseness, some flop to it, and I get my grip and I don't have complete control, I'm not as consistent in getting the bag to come out the same way every time, but I can make up for that, or the bag makes up for that in the forgiveness. I love throwing a looser, floppier bag when I just want to run bags in the hole, and that's where I think this bag's best designed for. And let's go ahead and jump in to that playability side, since I'm starting down that path. And this to me is a bag designed for hole runners. You just want to run your bags, put your 4 bags in, get 12 points, outlast your opponent. You can do that really well with this bag. Can you throw blockers? Yes, you've got some control, especially if you've got a more of a higher arc, a softer, more of a finesse throw. You can slow it down and throw blockers a bit. I think I put a few blockers up there. Honestly, when I pull a bag out this Slowside material, I'm not really looking to throw blockers. I'm looking to put my bags in. I'm looking to bully bags, their blockers out of the way. I'm looking to get around their blockers and go in the hole. I'm not really looking to put a lot of blockers. I can do it. Does it make a good blocker? It's a good visual obstacle. Because the Slowside's not that sticky, it's not hard to push through. So it's not going to cause a lot of bags to bounce off. If you have a blocker up there and the next bag coming through, just touching it is going to push it in. So it's not a hard bag to collect. If you throw blockers up there, it's not going to cause your opponent's bag to kick off, but it is a visual obstacle. So if you need to manufacture some points, or you're starting to get behind, you want to try to throw your opponent off, you can throw a blocker here. But honestly, that's not what this bag is best suited for. If you want to play a dirty style game, Total Control Cornhole is better bag strip. This is for that hole runner. Or if you want to deal with an opponent who throws a dirty style game and throws blockers up there, especially if you don't have a cut or a roll or a flop, or you don't have any of that shot shaping in your arsenal, you just like to run bags in, this Radiant is great for that. When there's a blocker up there, and you'll see when I stage the blocker, there's a blocker up there, all you're doing, I'll put a cut tilt on it. The bag's not really cutting, but what I'm trying to do is trying to land the bag and let it just hit and bully into that blocker and spin it out of the way and go in the hole. And this bag is great. You'll see I do a lot of bullying those blockers out of the way with my first or second bag, move them out of the way, and then I just have an open board for my third and fourth bags when I'm putting the stage blockers away. And that's where this Radiant shines, is blowing your bags of the way, or if I'm trying to go on the right side to get around where there's a blocker up there and the rotation of the bag comes and it just hooks that blocker and spins and pushes that blocker out of the way and the bag goes in the hole. That's where these Radiants go. That get around and that bullet style bag is where you're going to excel if you're playing against an opponent who throws a dirty style game. And that's where, if I get an opponent who's playing a dirty style game and they're better at it than I am, I don't want to try to match them with that shot shape and that dirty style gameplay. I want to pull back like this Radiant out and just keep getting around their bags and making them work to collect their bags. Leave their blockers there or boo their blockers out of play and punish them for putting blockers up there. And eventually they'll stop doing that. And then they start going into a hole run style game with you. And you've got a better bag, a more hole friendly bag than what they have. You're going to win that 9 times out of 10. So that's my mindset when I pull a bag like this out. It's a fun bag too. Like if I'm struggling, if I get up there and I'm just not on my game, right? I'm just not consistent. I'm having a hard time. A bag is Radiant with this Slowside material. I love to pull this out when I'm struggling because this material gives you confidence. I talk about cornhole being the mental side of cornhole and it being a confidence sport or a confidence game. And that the more bags you put in the hole, the more confidence you have to put the next bag in the hole. The more bags you miss, the less confidence you have of putting that next bag in the hole. In a bag like this, even when I'm missing, even when I'm a little off to the left or the right, the bag's still gripping and grabbing the hole and pulling itself back in. It gives me the confidence to know that that next bag is probably going to go in. And so throwing this Radiant is great for when I'm in a slump, great for when I'm struggling. I pull this out and it just kind of picks me back up. So I like having a bag like this in my arsenal. These Radiants are a fun bag to throw. They're a great bag for if you're playing like Ghost Cornhole or Round Holio or Deca rounds where you're just trying to put bags in the hole. A bag like this will help you kind of get those higher scores and really give you that confidence to build your game and get better at it. So definitely check them out. Leaves me in Availability and Total Control Cornhole. They do their business right now through their Facebook page. I'll put a link in the description to click on to go right to their Facebook page. If you don't have Facebook, reach out to me and I can get you in touch with them if you want to buy a set or purchase a set. Bags are $70 for a set. It was $10 shipping, I believe. So $80 shipped to you. It's kind of that medium price point for cornhole bags. Great quality, high quality bags. You're getting your money's worth. I have no problem paying that price on that. I've reviewed several of their bags, Total Control Cornhole. I've loved all of them. I love the uniqueness in the bags and the way that they change the fill up and they change the amount of fill and the fullness of the bags. They take the materials and they match the materials up and they match a fill up to fit a specific type of play style or a specific style of player. And I love that. I love the uniqueness of the bag. So if you pick up one of their bags, you don't like it, they've probably got another bag in your lineup that you're going to like that fits your preference. So if you don't like the sound of this, but you're intrigued by the bags, or maybe you like some of this bag, but you don't like all of it, you can reach out to them. I'm sure they can, because they're not stamped, they have the ability to customize bags and make them the way you want, or they might have another bag in the lineup that fits what you're looking for. I shouldn't speak for them because I don't know for sure they customize bags. I'm sure they probably can if you really want to. They'll do that. But I do know they have a great variety of bags in the lineup. I've got quite a few more bags from them that I'll be reviewing over the next few weeks and months. So keep an eye out for them. But I'm a huge fan of Total Control Cornhole. Highly recommend you guys checking them out. So if you've thrown these Radiants, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. I love hearing your guys' opinions on the bags. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.